I feel like you've kind of figured out a secret that a lot of people don't know. Like a secret, Daniel, that even a lot of adults don't know. Okay? A lot of adults, a lot of kids, a lot of people in general, when they see work, we usually see it in like this final draft form, right? We display the best work we have because it's awesome, okay? Just like Bee's Bear, I looked at Bee's Bear, I would look at that and I would go, man, Bee is an amazing artist. But sometimes when we see that work, we don't see what went on behind it. And so a lot of people, when they go to do something, they want it like perfect right away. They want it to just be their best work right away, okay? And then they get really frustrated when it's not. And then they kind of give up. You guys figured out the secret though. So you guys over the past week have been revising and using feedback, and your work has gotten like not just good, but amazing. But there's a secret to how that happened. So some people, do you guys remember this, the picture we saw?
Yeah.
A lot of people think success is just like that, like boom, just happens. You guys don't, you guys know it's not like that. Okay, we've seen our work get better, and it was a long process that took a lot of work. Okay, so today, you guys, we're gonna see if we can really figure out what that was so we can do it again. Okay, so can everybody just read the target in their head today? Just read it in your head, and then also volunteer out loud. Okay, so what are some key words in there today that we're gonna be doing? Key words in there that's gonna give you a clue about what we're doing today. Isa?
Reflect.
Okay, and what does reflect mean?
It means that you're looking back.
Yeah, we're looking back, right? We're gonna look back at this process. We're gonna go like backwards, and we're gonna start thinking what happened in here. Okay? What else? Maximum.
Growth.
Growth. Okay? How did it grow? This was not magic. Okay, so growth is a huge piece of it. We're gonna think, how did we grow? Okay. We're gonna take a few minutes just to do a really quick gallery walk, okay? There's some inside the room, and if I tap you on your shoulder, I'm gonna have you even go outside the room and look at a few, okay? So I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes to do that. When we're done, I want you guys to just be thinking as you're doing that, what was going on here? What we were doing that was making our work grow so much, okay? We're gonna come back in. We're gonna have a few minutes to just reflect on that by yourself. I do have a few reflection questions for you to help get you ideas, okay? Then you're gonna meet with some small groups so you can talk about it a little more, maybe work through some of those ideas of like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, or like, oh, you have a good point, okay? So you'll have a minute to work through those ideas a little bit more. And then when we come back, we're gonna see if we hit our target, and we're gonna have a whole group discussion. Okay, I think Gabe, you're facilitating for us today. Okay, Gabe's gonna facilitate a discussion, and we're gonna see if we can do this together, okay? Because it's not just about the blue bear. We wanna see if we can repeat this in other areas, okay? So 5 minutes is gonna be a gallery walk. When I stop the music, I want you to go ahead and just head right back to your seats, and I'll have a few volunteers to bring you your reflection questions. Okay, questions on just the first part. Yes.
Is this like first draft to later draft? Okay. In every case? So some of you took like that's fourth draft, and then some people took fives?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Some people were their first timers.
So what do you notice about one of them?
That they got really improved since the first draft of the second. I mean, not second, last. You see that to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
So is that Sydney's up there?
Uh-huh.
So can you like how did Sydney get from there to there?
Well, we kind of we did feedback. We did feedback partners.
Okay.
So this is how you tell you were doing a good job by giving feedback. You see improved.
And something I noticed up here, there's expert groups. Did that come into the revision process?
Yeah, what those
So the
are like
last-
people that are good at that. They would like help
Right there.
other people
So they could
with
come to
that
them.
part.
So
So,
say
like,
you were good at a certain part, you write your name under it, and they could, other people that don't know how to do that could go over it.
Gotcha. So if I was struggling with my eyes, I could go to Jake or Eli or any of okay. Oh, interesting. How did people become experts? Did you guys decide?
Well, first it started out with like 1 or 2 experts, and then once someone went to one of the experts, they learned something, and then they thought that they got a really good idea, and they put themselves up, and then we got more and more experts by the time that everyone needed.
Because if you figure out how to do like the eyes or something, and then you just keep it to yourself, the only one who's gonna improve is yourself.
Well
So
said.
like say Maximo taught me how to do my color, then I'd be an expert on it because he taught me.
That's very true.
What did you say?
The ripple effect.
The ripple effect.
It's
Absolutely.
like domino effect.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, you guys.
We have about 3 minutes. If you haven't answered all of them in writing, make sure you just kind of run through those ideas in your head. So what we're going to do is we're going to meet with your small groups. Please don't take a pencil so you're not tempted to write. I would much rather you get the ideas. Facilitators. You can choose to start with any question that you want. I would want you to try. We're going to go about 10 minutes. Your goal, though, would be to get through at least all of these questions once, each question, so that when you come back, you're prepared to talk about all of them, okay? And then we'll meet in whole group, and we'll add our ideas, and we'll combine our thinking together, okay? So groups, once you have your group together, captains, once you have your group in a spot, and you have everybody together, you can start. You can bring your notes with you, and then facilitator, again, you can start with any question that you feel you would be a great place to start, okay? So group 1, Katie, Eli, Jake, and Anya. Katie, you're captain. Eli, you're facilitating this conversation. And then Jake, you're doing the volume on that. So let's see. Katie, so can you go get that group started?
Yeah. I agree with you. I think Hershey was good about not being it helps me improve my work. Just feedback is just helping improve my work. Okay. What's that question? What blueberry qualities did we have to use? Hold on. What blueberry qualities did we have to use to improve poetry? What I thought, because a lot of craftsmanship, courage, and tenacity.
Pause you right there. Can you ask to clarify a question there? Did you understand why he put those things?
I thought, well, craftsmanship because he had the work. I mean, like, if you see it all our final draft, and courage to like get through it and not give up, and tenacity to not like get down or something.
I guess he just had a lot to say, so that's why Megan picked him, and she wanted him to work on being the one who bring up the topic, but not be able to talk.
Yeah, and she's like, this is going to be a big challenge for you because you can't talk. I'm like, what? So
we kind of got into that discussion yesterday about whether it was, if we wanted to raise hands or not, because when we raise hands, it's kind of nice when it's talking, but then if we don't, it's more of a genuine discussion, but it was hard with a huge group. So Gabe, I'm going to just pass this off to you since you're facilitating. What would you like to do? Popcorn, or would you like them to raise their hands? You guys okay with that? Okay. Why do we?
It taught me what other people thought of my work. Also, it taught me different ideas for my work and learning new things.
Maximo?
I thought it was
Oh,
really...
hold on. Maximo, before you go, Avery, what were you just noticing there real quick?
We should use our talk. Sorry.
Yeah.
So after Maximo, make sure you're remembering those. Go ahead.
What TALK stands for is text evidence for the T. For the A, all voices. For the L, listen carefully, and for the K,
keep the conversation growing.
Another reason we use talk is it makes us really think about what we're saying and why we're saying it. So like with Gabe, I could just say, I agree, and I can add on.
Yeah.
It also makes us think about what our crew is saying, because if you really want to get into the discussion, you have to think about what your crew is saying. So you can find out if you want to say, I disagree, I agree.
I agree with Maximo, and I'd like to add on because I started out giving myself hurtful feedback, and my work didn't really grow, but once my crew gave me feedback, my work got better.
I thought it was just like the ripple effect, because more and more people got better and better and better just by one person. So one person would have gotten better at the eyes, and then he would have told everybody else. Because if you didn't really tell everybody else, the only person who would be improving would be you.
This last question, if you have not got your voice into the meeting area, this last question would be a great place for that. So, Gabe, I know you already do that anyway, but can you really look out for people who maybe haven't had a chance to contribute?
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
The conversation growing that's why we got talk, because our conversation was just staying at like one level, not going up or down, or not changing sides. But now with talk, and why that's RK, is because it brings in new voices and new ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the meeting area, we were told to, first when we were getting feedback, to give yourself a compliment so you can like focus on what you want to keep. And my partner, who I turned to, was like, I hate my draft, there's no compliments I can give myself. And I said, well, what about that ear? I really like your ear, it's better than mine.
Yeah.
And she cheered up a little bit, so I think your attitude is the key to getting your partners better.
Because like my first draft, my second draft, I didn't feel good about it. It was just, I didn't think I could do it. I almost quit. But then after the expert people, I went to each person and they helped me really well, and I got that thing done, and I felt really proud of it. It's gone growing because that feedback has been telling us it's like
the feedback.
You have a little voice in your ear telling you what next to do.
Yeah, we didn't have like that little voice
at the beginning of the year.
Because feedback, once you have it, you kind of keep it in your mind. You keep that one thing, and so you have it for like the rest of your time, and you have like a list that keeps growing and growing. We're applying it to poetry.
Yeah.
And so far all we've done is title, and we're like we did with the Blue Bear, we're gonna focus on one thing at a time. So first our title, then our topic.
Yeah, first it was my first title was video game, and my crew gave me feedback by saying, well, you can make it a little more creative on the rubric to bring it to a 2. So then I changed mine to Let's Go VG. Then they're like, you can make it more creative. So then I thought for a little bit, and I thought, okay, this is going to be good. The Night of the VG, and that's now my title.
All of you guys, I am so impressed right now. I'm so impressed, not necessarily with just the Blue Bear face you did, but what I'm thinking is if we can apply this process to other pieces in our day, think about if we apply this to our poetry, and we apply it to our math. I am so excited to see where you guys go this year with this new knowledge.